Yeah, it was an interesting day, all told, yesterday. Um, I talked in this room. I can't remember whether I put it in a video about when Wayne Good came round to my house in 97, 98. He came there trying to do me head in, didn't succeed. Then it became obvious to him, faced with me, the reality of the situation. So he started blubbering like a babby. And then, uh, as he was on the doorstep, on my doorstep, about to go back to his cohort, notions of seeking external sources of validation kicked in, and he suddenly, all of a sudden, magically, had a whole load of bravado. Yeah, uh, and you sort of see that on the wards, like when it becomes blatantly obvious how crazy the ad campaign, the PR campaign, and all that is, how staff will be put up to running around to try and establish it's anything but to keep the ball rolling, sort of thing. And that's just the way it is. You just got to, that's the way it is. Um, and when that's one of the elements that's baked into the system, as I keep saying, that'll always happen. It pretty much always is. You look over the media down the years, and how many times did that happen with the media? But anyway, well, and the rest of it, the media and the rest of it. But yeah. Anyway, I mentioned all that last night about what happened with Wayne Good, what happens on wards, and so on and so forth. Pointed out, as if you watch the last videos, you'll know. Pointed out a few things. So what do you get? You get an advert out there, closely followed by an advert out there, and it's just like I'm not interested in either. But what it seems to me is they like to do is they like to re-establish with the public now and in the future their ability, their right to. Goodness, some people got rights, isn't it? Their right to come out with drug-ins, covert drug-ins. Which we'll get today as well. I mean, yesterday. Oh, as I start getting a bit drug-ins. Yeah, it's like the drug-ins I had yesterday, the discomfort drug-in, and the third-party statement, gossips statements, drug-ins that I got yesterday, and it will just continue. And as we get a bit more of Patrick O'Connor's Black and White Army, and so on. So yeah, you look at everything. You look at this advocacy service in Worcester on side. It's called. I'll ring them. It'll be going through the motions because basically, it'll just. It's been arranged. Let's put it that way. For and if they're coming out with all the drug-ins, all the adverts still, not least Patrick O'Connor's Black and White Army. Then yeah, they're quite interesting that the third-party gossip statements, drug-ins, because it sort of does get you thinking about the shrinks who would have been sat there with their jaws dropping every 2 seconds. I don't fucking know. And here we are all these years later, and they're still running around, stuck with a baked in architect power. Yeah. I would have liked to have gone for a coffee, but there's shenanigans around a parcel that's supposed to be possibly coming today or whatever. But I wouldn't have minded going for a coffee, a quick coffee. Yeah. I'd have only been drugged up for it, which is happening now, but interesting drugging this morning as well. That took place first thing. Uh, Spotted it pretty quick and thought, well, as we get a bit more, yet more, Patrick O'Connor's Black and White Army. But yeah, as Interesting drugging. But you do get the sense that they're so pumped up about their advertising campaign, about their PR campaign, about all these adverts you get all over the place, that and all the shenanigans and so on. That what I said yesterday about them being lumped with uh, architect power. That is actually a fact. As we get now red cars, which is sort of a way of it's sort of a way of saying with the likes of Kath Merrick, know your place or I will show you your place. Same sort of thing, and this is the type of thing I don't really pay much attention to. Well, you wouldn't, would you? I mean, for some reason, people who were supposed to be competent listen to the likes of that. Anyway, but yeah, married to a copper, nurse, so on and so forth. You know, you sort of get a picture, developing. Uh, yeah, hmm. So with all that going on, I don't bloody know. Yeah. I did try saying yesterday they're anachronistic. They don't keep up with events, but because they're the one, like with Kath and the rest of the architects, because they're the ones. Oh, and we've got Adam, this fella called Adam on the ward, because uh, yeah, because they've got the power to decide and so on and so forth. That Kath and also the other architects took upon the role of the architects took upon themselves. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it keeps their ball rolling. That's just the way it is. As we get more red cars, so more attempts to tell Jays almost directly from Kath. Shut your mouth or I will show you your place. Don't keep open mouth, closed mouth. I think we've established by now with the third party witness druggings, that's just the way it is. But yeah, so yeah, drugged up at the moment. Druggings will take place today. Different things being concocted. I think I've mentioned already about getting a parcel. Them trying to arrange shenanigans around parcels and druggings around that. If a parcel gets delivered, there'll be Hollywood B movie type stuff around it and druggings around it. And so on. Has there ever been an ad campaign like it? But yeah, yeah. Uh, Interesting drugging first thing. Yeah, again, like I said, it's essentially they've managed to condition so many people to run around for their ad campaign, uh, performing all manner of stunts. So I'm really not interested. It's like like with the fellow outside the coffee shop. And with the individuals running to a house, screaming out, shouting his head off outside the coffee shop, and the individuals running to a flat, the occupant of which I haven't got a clue who she is. That's just what it is. But yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. I don't know. Look at that. Um, Quite nice day by the looks of things. I could have actually gone for a coffee, but the latest is a parcel's getting delivered today, and then later on they could say a parcel's getting delivered tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I did say I could deal with public fucking before, didn't I? And go around the car park, it was pretty easy. The car park the other day, there's nothing. Like I said, as with pretty much everything that's going on during the attempt at the bank holiday weekend massacre and afterwards. It's just stuff that's happened before. So, but it is actually sort of indicative. It sort of does indicate just how stuck with architect power these people are. They will, like I said, Like what happened with the adverts, like what happened on Wars, like what happened with Wayne Good. They will, of course, run around, arrange this, that, and everything for Leslie Joyce on the dole. Like, it would be nice just chill out in the flow, wouldn't it? Not going to be allowed to happen, as we all know. Yeah, so who knows? Who knows what today brings? Who knows what next week brings? And so on and so forth. Me, I would like to do some exercise. I don't think I'm allowed, or is it? I don't know. Who knows these days? But anyway, I'll keep you posted.